Assalamu alaikum. Join us for the new series here at Sunnahfollowers on the book called Termites by Sheikh Muhammad S. Adli, hosted and broken down by lailanasheeba. Please join us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on Sunnahfollowers.
Alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulallah. Welcome to our Hadith class. And Alhamdulillah, this is the Hadith class that we'll be studying using the book written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli. And that book is entitled Termites. And it's not a book about termites, the bug, the insect, It's a book that addresses where the hadiths in which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us Muslims to be on guard against certain things, that just the same way that a termite can eat away at the foundation of a home and destroy it. Well, these are things that can eat away at the foundations of our faith and destroy our faith. So the hadiths are not saying that if a person does these things, that the person is not a Muslim, but it's basically warning us against engaging in actions or practices that can actually eat away at our faith and be detrimental for us. So it's a good book that every Muslim should have. And I want everyone to go to www.adlionline.com. And that's where you can buy this book and also many other books written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli that are hadiths and information that would be of benefit to not just you as an adult, but also to the children in your families as well. So, go to, let me put it on here. Hold, let me try to make, wait a minute, hold on. Where did it go? I didn't add it. Okay, hold on. Let me add the book and the website. Okay, this is the link to the web. I'll just put the link to the ad there. Here it is. Add. Now that should work. And show. Yeah, that's the link to the website, www.adlionline.com. Go there and you can purchase this book, and many other books written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli that'll be of benefit to you and to your family. And so with that said, let's get started on the hadith for tonight. And let me put it up on the screen so everyone can see. And just to let everybody know, we're streaming on so many different platforms now, and you can choose which platform is your preference. We're streaming simultaneously on Twitch. We're streaming simultaneously on Twitter. We're streaming simultaneously on Trovo. We're streaming on DLive. We're streaming on Facebook. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Mixcloud. And we are streaming live and simultaneously on Instagram. So alhamdulillah, you guys can feel free, to watch us live and simultaneously on Instagram. And this is a great accomplishment for myself because I didn't have the users for this, but thanks to an apology from the owner, they've given me access to live stream. So alhamdulillah, you can pick whichever platform you're comfortable with. And also we're streaming directly from the Sunnahfollowers online website. So if you want to just go to www.sunnahfollowers.net, click on the tab that says live stream, and you'll be included as well. And by the way, I'm logged in to every single one of those platforms so I can see any comments or questions that you may have as well. So with that said, let's put the PowerPoint. And you can watch us live on YouTube, on your television too. Put us on the big screen TV too. Go to the channel Sunnahfollowers on YouTube. Okay, let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen for discussion tonight. Where's the PowerPoint? I did the, oh, here, is this it? I can't see. Okay, yeah, this is it. My desktop is has so much on it now, it's kind of junky. Okay, here we go. This is the Hadith, and it's Hadith number 13. For those of you who have the book, you want to turn to Hadith number 13 or termite number 13. That's the Hadith that we'll be discussing tonight. And it's the Hadith addressing bankruptcy, which is one of my favorite Hadiths. This Hadith is narrated by Abu Hurairah, radiallahu anhu. He tells us that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do you know who is bankrupt? And one of the companions said, yes, a bankrupt person is a person who doesn't have any money or any wealth to buy him out of anything. And the Prophet smiled and he said, no, the bankrupt person of my nation will be the person who will come forward on the day of judgment with all these prayers and all these fasts and zakat. In other words, all the good deeds that he did in this world, he will come forward before Allah with all those good deeds, but he will find himself bankrupt because he will not have any good deed to help him, because he lived his life in this world abusing others with his tongue. He caused fitna. He caused hardship amongst others. He unlawfully took other people's money. He shed blood. He used to beat others. So his good deeds, whatever good deeds that he has, will be credited to the people who he hurt in this world. And if his good deeds fall short, then his sins, the sins of those people, will be entered into his account and he will be thrown into the hellfire. This is a hadith that you guys hear me mention a lot because it's a very fearful hadith. This is what I fear. I fear being in my grave, thinking that, oh, I got all these good deeds and maybe, just maybe, inshallah, I'll be a green bird. After I get through the questioning, Allah will put my soul in the form of a green bird. But then, you know, after getting through the questioning, this ugly man will appear in my grave and tell me, guess what, Layla? No, yeah. You got to pay for what you did to other people, because if that happens, that's going to let me know, uh-oh, this ain't good. And then he'll snatch my soul and throw me in the hellfire. And I'll stay in the hellfire until the day of judgment. And then on the day of judgment, I'll be raised up. And then I'll have to stand before Allah. And all the good deeds I did, all the classes I taught, all the dawah I gave will be laid on the scale. And Allah will look at me and say, Layla, guess what? All this was in vain. Because guess what? Look at all the people you hurt. You're going to have to take all the good deeds, all the blessings that I gave you for all that dawah you did. And you got to divide it up amongst the people that you hurt in this world. And if you ain't got enough good deeds, then you're going to take on their sins. And guess what? You got to give me some more time in hell. That's a scary thing to think about. And that's what I fear. And then not only that, but by me being a daya, when I'm in the hellfire, my punishment will be that I have to stand on a treadmill with all my guts hanging out and walk around in that fire. And the people will recognize me and say, oh, there's Sister Layla. She used to teach us the good from the evil. She enjoined the good and forbade the evil. And then they'll run to me and say, Sister Layla, what are you doing here in hell? And I have to say, I didn't enjoin the good and I didn't forbid the evil with myself. Subhanallah. That's an embarrassing, humiliating, scary scenario to play out in real life. It's scary to play out in your mind. You don't want to be the bankrupt person, guys, when you die. Because it doesn't just begin on the day of judgment. This begins in that grave. All the things you said about a person that you shouldn't have said, and it hurt that person. The physical things you did to that person, the mental things you did to that person, the emotional things you did to that person. This is called the settling of the score. When I did the Islam Q&A show last Friday, a sister asked me about the settling of the scores. This is the settling of the scores. It's when you have to take all whatever good deeds you have. Some of us may not even have any good deeds. Those of you, let me talk about this for a minute. Those of you who have dogs, let's talk about it. I got a couple of new shahadas here. I'm in this Facebook group here. Okay, y'all can stop typing. I'm getting ready to answer your question now. Are y'all listening to me on Facebook and this group that's arguing about this? I'm getting ready to settle your dispute. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, anyone who has a dog for a pet, this is a dog that is a pet. It's not a sheep dog. It's not a farm dog. It's not a hunting dog. It's not even a guard dog. And you can lie and tell yourself that you got this dog as a protection. No, a trained dog that's trained to protect you is not a pet. Because if you make a dog that's trained to protect you a pet, it will no longer guard anymore. So you can lie to yourself, but you cannot lie to Allah. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, anyone who has a dog for a pet, that person will lose a mountain worth of blessings every day that he has that dog as a pet. So there's your answer. The source, Bukhari and Muslim. So a lot of us will stand in that grave and on the day of judgment with no good deeds at all. Because whatever good deeds we may have had, we lost it because we had a pet dog. We love that pet dog, Poochie. We love Poochie more than we loved Allah. We loved Poochie more than we loved the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We loved Poochie more than we loved ourselves. So guess what? Poochie will be your companion in the hellfire. Y'all understand that? So that's the answer to your question. Y'all don't have to argue and talk when type when I'm teaching. I'll settle your score for you in this world when it comes to the dawah. The dean, I'll settle that score for you. So this goes great with what we're talking about. You know, a lot of people will be bankrupt on the day of judgment because that whatever good deeds that they may have had in this world, they're going to lose them to the people they hurt. And a lot of other people will lose them because of Poochie. Because of their love for Poochie. Something for us to think about.